Good day to each and everyone, especially to our instructor, Professor Sheila Paredes. I am Angeli Aminio from BSed English 1B, and this is the topic that has been assigned to me, the historical development of language, evolutionary or Darwinian. So it's all about the evolutionary development of language by Darwinian perspective or theory. We are going to talk about how language might have started by looking at Charles Darwin's ideas. So, yeah. So, a unique human trait. Humans use language to share thoughts and ideas. Yes, which is us. We use language to share thoughts and ideas, especially when we are communicating, talking, socializing, or interacting different people in our daily lives, di ba? It's a complex system of sounds and words. So language contains sounds and words, of course. So then sometimes that kind of scenario comes out to our mind or like makes us wonder how something so complex could have developed in the first place. Like, did you ever wonder ba na where something like saan kaya nagsimula ang word na to? Where did this word originated from? How this word created? How did even this word exist? Something like that. So Darwin had some interesting ideas about that. So, language evolved, not created. According to Darwin, language evolved like living things. He believed it developed gradually over time. Darwin's view in this part is it connects Darwin's evolution idea to language. So, ang iyang point diri is nakakonect siya sa idea niya nga ang language is not evolution. Darwin thought maybe language also changed and developed over time, just like animals and plants. Especially, same lang pati sa humans, di ba? So, he thought daw na ang language, mura siyag animals and plants na nga na-develop, nag-evolve, nag-develop. He thought simple sounds and gestures gradually became the complex language we use today. He thought daw na yung mga simple words, sounds and gesture before is they evolved, they developed and became the complex language, like the different language we use as today. And he called these ideas Darwinian linguistics. MS. So, looking at the animals. Darwin studied how animals communicate. Yes. Then there he goes. He noticed that how animals move their body, how animals make sounds, gestures to share information, to collect information, to gather information. That is how they communicate. Then animals make sounds and gestures. That's how they communicate. And that is how Darwin studied the animals, how to communicate. Diba? Paulit-ulit lang kayo dito. He saw similarities between animal and human sound. He noticed that the human sound and the animal sound is a little bit the same. Then something came out to his mind and said, maybe human language grew out of an animal communication. And it goes boom! Voila! That's his theory, that our language came from a animal communication. So, expressing feelings. Humans make sounds when they are scared or happy, and these sounds are natural reactions. Then there comes Darwin. Darwin thought that these sounds could be the start of language, and over time these sounds might have become words. So here in our slide number 6, so the sounds of the feelings. Here we talk about how human make sounds when they have strong feelings. We have strong feelings like yelling when we are scared, shouting when we are happy, or laughing when we are happy. Then these sounds, of course, are natural reactions. Then Darwin thought that maybe these kinds of sounds were the very steps towards the language. And over lots of time, so time goes by, it develops, it evolves, and these sounds have turned into the actual words which became a language, and that is what we are using today. What I'm using right now. Yes. So copying sounds. Sometimes words sounds like the things they mean. Examples are crack, scrape, and roar. Sound like the actions, diba? So then Darwin pointed out this connection. Parang nagkaroon na naman siya ng connect nito sa sa theory niya that, his theory. Maybe early humans started by imitating sounds according to him. So here in the slide 7, imitating sounds. Here it explains how some words sounds like the things they describe. Other example dito is like the bang. The bang. Tapos, ang example dyan is, di ba yung baril? Bang. We have the sound and the word. Or splash. The water splash. Na may sound ka na, may word ka pa. Ay, double. Ang tawag sa kanila is onomatopoeia. So, onomatopoeia is a word that look like the sound it makes. And we can almost hear those sounds as we read. So, parang yung sound is ginawang word. Diba? The sound, ginawang word. Darwin noticed this and he thought maybe early humans daw started making words by copying the sounds around them. Parang yung naririnig nila sa paligid is parang ginagaya nila ba? Imitating, parang gusto nilang gayahin. Ano pa ba? Here. There are the examples here. We have the whoosh. Para sa hangin yan, di ba? Whoosh. Squishy, parang squishy ganon. Then meron this kaboom, kaboom, boom, pow. Tapos meron pang down, diba? Yung may sound ka na, may word ka pa. So what makes human language different? Darwin knew that human language is special. It's more complex than animal communication. Humans can talk about abstract ideas, but Darwin thought it still has roots in earlier forms. So here we talk about the human versus animal language. Here we explains that even Darwin saw similarities between animals and human communication, diba? I mentioned earlier that he noticed that how animals communicate by moving their bodies, making gestures, making sounds, to gather information, to share information, is a little bit the same with the human communication. Yet, even daw napansin niya yun, he knew that human language is much more complex, diba? Is much more special. Because we can talk about things that aren't right in front of us. Ang best examples daw dyan is like the ideas. We can talk about ideas natin, diba? Hindi naman natin nakikita yung mga ideas. We can say that, can we talk about our future? Can we talk about our past? Can we talk about your past? Can we talk about your opinion for this thing for this person, sa mga marites dyan. And especially, ang example din daw dito is yung feelings. We can't see feelings. We can't see it in front of us. Yet we can see it, feelings, maybe the facial expression, but we can't see feelings talaga. But we can talk about it using the language. Using the human language. But Darwin still thought that human language probably grew out of simpler forms of communication. Diba? So, yeah. So, looking for proof. It's hard to find direct evidence for Darwin's ideas. We don't have recordings of early human language. There are no archaeological traces of early language, so this makes the theory hard to prove completely. So here we go with the problems on the ideas of Darwin's theory. So we don't have any recordings or written examples of the early human language. Turns out, like, we're trying to figure out what a dinosaur looked like even we only have few bones. So this makes it hard to prove the Darwin theory completely. So, language, nature or nurture. Darwin believed that language is tied to our biology. Our brains may be wired for language, but language is also learned through our culture. So it's a mix both nature and nurture. When we say kasi na nature is pumapasok sa isip natin is, di ba, paligid, but no. Nature is that as if inborn. So we are destined to learn the language. Then the nurture is we learn through our experience, like things around us. So in this slide, Darwin thought that language is connected to our biology nga. He thought that our brains might be wired in the way that make it possible for us to learn in language. Like, inborn na nga, we are destined to learn the language. We are possible to learn. Then, he also knew that we learn language from the people around us. So, it's a nurture. Ended up, in conclusion, he said that it's a mix, both nature and nurture, on how we learn language. Gets? Dapat gets. So, the families of language. So, language family. Here, we explains that how language are related to each other like families. If you look at languages from different parts of the world, you can often see similarities, showing they came from the same original language a long time ago. Ang best example dito is the English language, diba? One of our professors said na it came from a different languages. Meron kayong Latin, American, British, and many more pa. Kaya nabuo yung English language. And this fits with the idea that language change and branch out all the time. So, parami yung language, yet some of them originated in the same language, especially English, diba? Dumadami na yung mga English ngayon. Marami yung example. Meron na nga tayong Philippine English, French English, American English, basta di ko na maalala, sorry, but there's a lot of Italian English. Italian English ba? Meron ding Indian English. Basta marami ng branch yung English. Ganyan daw nabubuo yung parang family ng language. Parang siyang family tree. May isa siyang root, tapos tumubo siya. Nagkaroon ng trunk, tapos dun umusbong yung maraming branches ng language and different types of language. It has one original originated. It's originated in one. So, changes over time. Language are always changing. Yes. New words are added, old words forgotten. Grammar changes slowly over time too. This is like evolution pa in biology. So, this is all about how language are changing. New words are created. New words are created, old words disappear. And even the grammar changes little by little. So, yun talaga yung nangyayari daw sa ngayon. I can tell naman, it is because of the technology. Maraming nauusbong na mga words, tapos yung mga masyadong old na is, nakakalimutan na natin. Yet, we can call it naman, if someone reminds us, we can call it vintage. Diba? Old things, but vintage na siya. The grammars changes little by little. Maybe grammars added, no? Then words, new words created. So, I have example here in the PowerPoint presentation. There is this swag, bro, short for brother, diba? Bro. YOLO, sure, it's an acronym for you only live once. Hey, epic. Yeah. Tapos, OMG. Ito talaga. OMG. Oh my god. You can create different meanings came out from the word OMG. It is a acronym. Oh my god. Oh my gulay. Oh my gosh. And everything. Chillax. Yes, chillax. But, when we, let's say, modern words, like the newest words talaga na naririnig natin, I admit, natutunan ko siya because of technology and the application TikTok. Maraming dumadaan sa FYP, anong mga words, may mga ano na lang talaga tayo, like ma-off tayo ba kapag hindi natin sinerch yung ibig sabihin, or like if there is no one na mga content creator yung nag-explain anong ibig sabihin. Number 1, pet peeve. Uy, ano yung pet peeve mo? What's your pet peeve? Pero now, kapag nalaman mo na yung ibig sabihin ng pet peeve, parang gustong-gusto mo na siyang itanong kahit kanino. What's your pet peeve? What's your pet peeve? Second, this is just based on my nalalaman. Second is the nonchalant. Napaka-arte. Nonchalant kasi, hindi ko pa to alam before. But there's a content creator na nag-explain, nonchalant, ganito pala yung mga personality ng mga nonchalant people. Ganito pala sila mag-behave. Personality na nga, behave pa. The third one is the introvert and extrovert. Actually, wala naman talagang nag-explain as far as I remember. Walang nag-explain, but there are content creator like they are like making contents na what is different between introvert and extrovert. Parang gumagawa sila ng video na, I have friends na introvert, I have friends na extrovert. Ginagawa nila ng video. There's example talaga na alala ko na. They were on the party, tas he has this, group of friends na introvert and extrovert. Diba? So, yun lang yung ko, as now, mga naalala ko. Then, ano pa ba yung mga alam yung word? Canal humor. Iba na yan. Yes, it is a new word, pero as for now, hindi ko pa siya masyadong alam ano ibig sabihin ng canal humor. If ever na may dumaan sa FYP ko, at least malalaman ko na. Yeah, tapos, marami pang words. So, the importance of culture. Language is deeply connected to culture. We learn language from our culture. Language helps us share our culture with others, and culture influences how language changes too. So, We can say that this part explains that the language and culture are closely connected. We learn language from our culture, and language helps us share our culture with others. When we say sharing, of course, we're using language in communicating, like exchanging information with other people, and we share information about our culture. So that's why language. So there comes the language. We use language. The way the way language changes can also be influenced by the culture that uses it. So, still a mystery. We still don't know exactly how language evolved. There are many unanswered questions, and scientists are still studying this topic. Um, so, yeah, diba? It's still a mystery talaga na hindi pa siya talaga proven. The Darwin's theory is not been proved pa talaga because it is lack of evidence. This reminds us that we still don't know exactly how language developed. There are still a lot of unanswered questions, and the scientists, and yeah, the scientists are still looking and figuring it out. And it is one of the biggest mysteries about being a human. Saan nga ba nanggaling ang ating mga salita? Saan nga ba ito nagsimula? Saan nanggaling ang ating mga salita? Mga words. So, the story of language. So, Darwin's ideas changed how we think about language, right? Language may have evolved gradually like living things. It's a complex system shaped by biology and culture, and the story of language is still being written. In conclusion, the big picture here is in sums up Darwin's influence on how we understand the language. His ideas made us think about language in a new way, as something that might have evolved gradually. It's a complex system that's shaped by both our biology and our culture. So, even though this theory changes our mind or may nilagay siya sa pag-iisip natin. He made us wonder saan nga ba talaga nanggaling yung language natin. Na nag-evolve ba siya from sounds and nag-develop ba siya through the time passed by and hanggang sa naging words na siya and language na ginagamit natin ngayon. Sabi nga niya, it's a complex system. It's shaped by both biology and culture of human. And so, yet, and the story of language still going on. And that's all for my report. Thank you for listening and God bless.